Well, hello and welcome to our post-commission meeting. Marc Fein alongside Mayor Dean Trantalis. Mayor, thanks for being with us.
How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing good. We
Fairly long
actually,
meeting tonight.
it ended earlier than I thought after a little bit of controversy. Let's get right to it. We're going to do these post-commission interviews on a regular basis and just talk to the mayor about some of the finer points of what transpired during the commission meeting. And really, Sailboat Bend was the big story tonight because that went on and on and on. I think there was a little bit of confusion on the part of some of the folks that spoke. Tell people what was involved and what
So
transpired.
tonight was the culmination of actually many years of conversation and discussion in which this community has wrestled with the idea of what do we do with the historic district of Sailboat Bend. This district was created a number of years ago, and it was considered a milestone in our city in a way to preserve the character and the integrity of some of our neighborhoods. And this was the first neighborhood to do that. In fact, the only neighborhood that's ever created a historic district. So tonight we passed an ordinance which began the process of first by identifying with objective criteria what's a contributing and non-contributing kind of structure. We didn't identify any particular structures, we just set up the criteria.
Right.
And going forward, people will, if they want to make changes to the exterior of their homes, will be able to go through the process and be able to identify what's contributing, what not non-contributing, in order to keep the character of the neighborhood intact. So this has been going on, like I said, for quite a few years. The neighborhood itself is conflicted. You have half the people for it, half the people against it.
Right.
But if you move into a historic district, you know that you're going to have certain limitations put on your ability to do any changes to the outside of your house. So we try to be understanding, we try to be flexible, and let's see how this goes. If we need to make changes to the ordinance, we're prepared to do that.
And the city attorney made a very good point as the item started to wrap up. This was not declaring this a historic district. It already is
already is,
one, and there's
exactly.
some people who seem to be confused about it.
Well, again, a lot of people like to make some distracting statements. The reality is that it already is a historic district. The contributing structures have never really been defined. We finally hired a historic preservation officer, something we've asked for many years, and Trish Logan has been with us now for a few years. Great talent, comes with us to the city with a tremendous background and experience. And so with her talent and expertise, based on objective criteria that have been set at the federal level, we feel we did a good job, and we're hoping it'll work for the neighborhood.
And hopefully, once people see how the whole situation unfolds, it won't be 50-50. It'll be more that
You
more
never
people
know.
are
You
happy.
never know. I think that the people that live there love to see the quality of life that the environment does create there. So we'll see. Like I said, if it turns out that we need to tweak the ordinance, we're definitely prepared to do that.
All right, totally different kind of property discussion now. Front page article in the local paper and a new hotel that's going to be going on Las Olas. You get a lot of conflicting feelings about things like this as well. I know there's a lot of talk about making sure that this stays true to the character of Las Olas, right?
Well, Las Olas has always been a sort of low-scale, shopping, retail, restaurant district, and we try to maintain the integrity of that environment. Having high rises on Las Olas are definitely not what we're looking for. This is a mid-rise. I think it's under 10 stories, and the idea, of course, is to create another facility there where people can enjoy the street, stay at a hotel. We have the great Riverside Hotel, which is a historic hotel in our community. It has served our community for many years and will continue to do so in a great way. But this is an alternative. It's going to be a little bit more upscale. It's going to also have restaurants and retail inside. But it's designed in such a way as the developer has said, as if it's been there for many years.
Right.
So it's going to have very classic lines, very classic look, and we hope it'll be a nice addition to our community.
And I'm assuming that was an important part of how easily that was passed tonight because you were confident in how of that look and feel of the hotel.
Well, that and also the developer has met with the commission many times, and even the design and the idea of this particular project has changed over the last couple of years as the community sort of contributed to the conversation of what they wanted and how it should fit. We have the developers are really respectful of the area. They're creating nice separation between the building and the residential behind it. They're adding parking. It's going to be a great facility, and I think it'll really add to the whole environment there.
Well, appreciate you taking the time. I know it was a long day, and
It's okay.
thanks as always. All right, and thank you for watching. Of course, every week you can look for these interviews, or every other week, I should say, and also look for information at our website, fortlauderdale.gov, and on all of our social media channels. We'll see you next time.